And look, I note this absurd story emerging from Oxford University, that they're going to teach students that imperial measurements, including the mile, inch, yard, pound and ounce, are, quote, tied deeply to the idea of empire. The great Oxford University is going to decolonise imperial measurements and introduce a new curriculum to teach, quote, the history of modern measurement. As Mark Latham and I keep telling you, this is everywhere, this stuff. There is a new Vice-Chancellor, Louise Richardson, who wants to decolonise the teaching at Oxford, whatever that means. And science students this summer will conduct research to determine how science teaching can be made less Eurocentric, unquote. It's the same old stuff. In a letter signed by 35 college principals last June, it said, quote, the university has, as Britain does, a history that's marked by colonialism and imperialism, unquote. The Vice-Chancellor said, quote, many departments in the social sciences have begun work to make their curriculum more inclusive and adding diverse voices, unquote. Well, of course they have. They were protesting last year, remember, for a statue of Cecil Rhodes, after whom the scholarships are named, to be torn down, a racist. And get this, quote, complicit in paving the way for apartheid in South Africa. Well, if all of this comes to pass, a few points should be made. Cecil Rhodes died in 1902. Seek to destroy the past because it doesn't conform to the values of the present. This is going on everywhere. But is this the same Oxford University that's going to rename its Wickham Chair of Physics after Tencent or Tencent Holdings, which just happens to be a Chinese multinational technology conglomerate? They've donated nearly $1 million to the university. So we'll now have the Tencent Wickham Chair of Physics. Tencent, extensive ties to the Chinese government. Cecil Rhodes, no good. Imperial measures, no good. But China and its money, come on down. Violating freedoms of speech, freedom of movement, freedom of religion, the death penalty, one-child policy, no freedom of the press, no independent judiciary, very few workers' rights, discrimination against ethnic minorities. Ask the Christians, the Tibetan Buddhists, the Uyghur Muslims, the Falun Gong. I'd be here all night. Cecil Rhodes, an imperialist and a racist, but the chair of physics is up for sale to the highest Chinese bidder and not a whimper from the human rights lobby. What's the next move, do you think? A Xi scholarship? The conversion of Oxford University to one giant European Confucius Institute? Why not? Your thoughts? Email me, alan@skynews.com.au, or the text line 0414 000 848.